My name is Albert. Thank you for joining me today. And today in this video, you are going to learn about what makes people fear of being single and how to deal with being single. Stay tuned to the end of this video because at the end of this video, you will actually think to yourself like, man, why do I ever want to get into a relationship? So stay tuned. Stay tuned and wait till the end of this video. Okay, so like I said, my name is Albert. Thank you for joining me today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. Share this video with your friend. Let's get right into this video. Okay, so now why is there a fear of being single? Well, it's two basic things, right? There are internal forces and there are external forces. What are the external forces that really gets people afraid of being single? Well, the external forces is like media and evolutionary things, right? That we as humans have over time grown with and internalized, and they might not be at the forefront of our minds, but we have actually internalized these fears. What are those fears? These are fears of one, dying alone, and fears of not being able to take our genetic information and passing it on to the next generation. Just having our whole generation die off without passing it on to the next generation, right? So there is that fear for every man and woman too, right? So and the thing is that nowadays, like, that's not really a thing, right? So because back in the day, due to evolution and people wanting to make sure that humanity kept going, or like I said, passing on the genetic information to the next generation. People coupled together, and they got together, and people were like, man, if I don't find a mate, then I'm going to just die out, and I'm not going to have kids. I'm not going to be able to share any of the knowledge that I had gathered to the next generation, and my family name is going to die out. So people wanted to couple up. But in today's world, that is not the case, because of technology and advancements. You can, have surrogate mothers. You can, so there are different ways that, having kids can be done without even getting into a relationship, right? The other one is external forces, right? Why people are afraid of being single, right? In, in that's external, internal forces, right? That is the second forces, internal forces, right? Is the way you feel when you are single, right? Because most people feel that they look at people outside and they go, oh my goodness, they're happy, so how come maybe if I had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I would be as happy as that person, right? So actually, the internal forces comes from our own insecurities and feeling that, what, if I have this person there, then I get validated that I'm attractive. I get validated that I have somebody that loves me. I get validated that there's someone that's going to be there with me till the end, right? But the truth of the matter is that all relationships end, right? All relationships end, and it doesn't matter if you're married to somebody for 70, 80 years. At the end of the day, everybody dies alone. I know it's kind of morbid and sad, but that is the reality of it, right? So why I'm talking to you guys about this today is that you need to understand that for you to actually have a better relationship going forward, you actually need to be comfortable being single. So that is where my next part is going to come in. How to deal with being single. Guys, remember, being single and being okay with being single is very important for your personal well-being, and actually if you do decide to get into a relationship, right? Because if you are comfortable being single, you're not going to be rushing into toxic relationships. You're not going to be rushing into relationships with the wrong person, right? You're not going to stay in relationships that are bad for you, that stunt your personal growth. You're not going to be in relationships where you're not appreciated. You're not going to be in relationships where you feel like like your needs aren't being met because you feel like, oh man, I don't want to be single, right? Now, if you become confident and you become like happy with just being single, and you're okay and you're content with being single, that is the purpose of this video, right? So how do you deal with being single? Guys, it's very simple. You have to focus on your purpose in life. You have to take, I would advise you take a pen and paper, sit down and really think about what is it that you were put on this earth to do. What was it? What is your purpose? What are your dreams and goals in life, right? That you were put on this earth to actually, were you put on this earth to make a difference? Were you put on this earth to, I don't know, build freaking the next invention, build the greatest business, help humanity move forward, help humanity find a different planet? You know, you have to find those that purpose in your life, right? And focusing on that and having those driving forces in your life that occupies your waking being, and having more of a purpose in your life will actually help you feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe being in a relationship is not the end all and be all, right? So, and one thing that you have to also, another thing that you have to also understand is that being in a relationship, there's one thing that you lose, and that is the freedom of time and the freedom of personal decision, right? Knowing that you're going to lose this will help you a lot in being able to deal with being single. I will say it again, freedom of time and freedom of personal decision. Because when you're in a relationship, your time is no longer your own, and the decisions that you make are no longer your own, right? So no matter what anybody watching this video would say, oh no, I can make any decisions I want, I have all the time in the world. No, right? Because when you're single, you can go out and stay out all night. In fact, you don't have to come back to your house for like 2 weeks and no one is going to ask, oh, where did Jeff go, right? But try to do that in a relationship. Leave your house for the whole day and not come back and see if the locks in your house haven't been changed, right? So the freedom of time, gone. The freedom of decision, personal decision, is gone, because you can't just say, oh, you know what, I'm going to freaking take a trip to Malibu for, I don't know, 3 days without telling anybody anything, telling my significant other anything, and you know what, do that and see, and see how that turns out for you, right? So when you're single, you could do that and you don't have to answer to anybody. You have all the time in the world, right? So guys, these are things that I want you to keep in consideration when you're feeling like, oh man, you know what, I don't want to be single, it sucks. These are things you need to, the reason why you feel that it sucks to be alone and sucks to be single is because you're not really living your life at its full capacity. You're not really finding out your purpose or your dreams, or taking advantage of the time and the fact that your personal decisions and your time is yours. It's yours, and it's yours to do with whatever you want. You can be as great as you want, right? I mean, yes, here's the thing. I'm not bashing relationships. Of course, you can do all that in relationships, but of course, you can also do it in relationships, because there are relationships where, because I know some of you will be like, but Albert, there are couples that help each other, and they grow together and they do all these wonderful things. Yeah, but there are also couples that get together and then at the end of it, one person loses millions of dollars or a penis, right? So that there's also that too. So, but my point is of this video is that, guys, being single is not a bad thing. It is actually a good thing and can be beneficial to you if you really know how to use it. Guys, remember, if you become confident and happy and satisfied in yourself, and you're good with being single, and you learn and you deal with being single, and you take my advice on being single, when you actually finally get into a relationship, it would be with the person that you actually enjoy being with, right? You're not just in a relationship because you don't have any other choice or options, right? So take this time, go out there, date. Oh, that's also another thing. You can date multiple people that you want when you're single. Date, go out there, see what's out there, right? And don't be afraid to take your time. Do what you want to do. Take your time, see what's out there, and don't settle. Okay, with that, guys, that is the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.